Welcome to another episode of Coffee with the County. Today I get to talk with Katie Hunter, who's our Deputy Treasurer. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you coming in and visiting with us. Let's start with you right away. Katie,
Okay.
Who are you? How'd you get here? Tell us all about Katie Hunter and how you ended up in the Treasurer's office.
Well, my family and I just moved up from Zimmerman. We moved 2 years ago, and I've been, the weekend we moved, 2 days later, I started in the Treasurer's office. So
Nice.
I've
We
been
got you
here-
right away. We found you right away.
Yep, and I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years prior to starting here. Homeschooled my 6 kids in the Zimmerman area.
Wow,
And
nice.
Yep, but then they started, as soon as I began work, they began over at Aiken High School.
Yeah, a
And we
different kind of a
love
transition. How's
the
that
area.
going?
Oh, it went so smooth. Every one of
hear.
them. I've got 5 in the schools, and it's such a good school. Good people.
ISD number 1 for a reason, right? So did you grow up in Minnesota? Did you grow
Yes.
up in Zimmerman in that area? Or?
Yeah, I grew up in Dayton, Minnesota. Rogers area is where I went to elementary school. And
you
yeah.
guys decided to move to the great county of Aiken?
Yes.
And
Oh, we're so happy we did.
Really?
We met in the
deal.
lunch line at Elk River High, and
Nice.
then 23 years
Nice.
later, here we are in Aiken County.
Here you
yeah.
are in Aiken.
Yep, and it's such a good change. We felt like we lived here. We both said it the first 6 months. We feel like we've lived here for 20 years. Just everybody was so welcoming, and a lot of churches to choose from, and just good people. And
Well, that's what we like to hear about the community, right? And what these podcasts, as you know, are intended to do is just do a little outreach for our community to let them know what the different departments do.
Yeah.
And then also to compliment and show off the great staff that we have here
that is
at Aiken
a
County.
huge bonus.
And you guys in the Treasurer's office, you do a lot of work that maybe some of our folks that are listening don't know about. You want to take me through, tell me a little bit about what do you do in the Treasurer's office? What do you do as the deputy? I know Lori is our elected treasurer, and she's busy. She's down there working right now, so she gave you the time to be
Yeah.
able to come up and do this, which was good. Appreciate that. Tell
And
me-
Darla is the chief.
Oh, there you go.
Chief treasurer, and so
Nice.
her and I work closely together. We balance to the penny every day. All the payments that might go through every department in this entire county come down to us, and that and cash and checks. Not to mention all the tax payments that come through. We have about 40,000 parcels that people pay taxes on that the assessors work on figuring.
So all that stuff comes through every department, land, all those different things come here. The payments come
Correct.
here, and then you guys are the ones that are. That's a big deal every day because there's a lot of stuff going on. You think about the land department would be renting or whatever on the campgrounds, right? They're
Yep.
the annual or
Selling
daily
forfeited
fee,
land,
forfeited land, anything that might come in from
Mm-hmm.
that, and to the penny.
And
Just like
to-
government should be.
It should be, and we have to be if we're off 1 cent. Darla and I have both spent many hours trying to find that.
Trying to find that penny.
But when you do, it's such a great satisfaction. That's a numbers math geek talking.
Yep.
But it's like, that's why we do this, because if that would have been off, the bank wouldn't have taken that check. And I mean, it's just a big.
Yep. So do you have an accounting background, it sounds like?
I do. I have a bachelor's degree in business finance from St. Cloud State University.
Very smart. And St. Cloud State.
Yeah.
I like St. Cloud State.
Yeah. Did you go there?
I did not. I'm an East Coast kid, but
Okay.
when I worked in a previous life, I worked with St. Cloud State
Oh.
pretty closely. So yeah, they're a very good school. So I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear you went there. And
I mostly went there to be close because I was dating the boyfriend that is now my husband. That
I understand how those things
Yeah.
work. I understand.
Now
how that
looking
works.
back, it's like I should have went to school in Hawaii or something. But
If
No.
we could only make those choices
Yeah.
when we were younger. Yeah. So what else? What other kind of things happen in the Treasurer's Department?
a big one that not a lot of counties have their treasurer's department do is marriage certificates.
Mm-hmm.
So we issue those. People come in. That's always a fun break from the numbers. You know,
Yeah.
you get a couple coming in and you them get set up with a marriage certificate. And
So they got to come and visit you when they've decided to tie the knot and get their certificate?
yeah.
Do you guys do passports, or is that another department?
That is
now?
another department right next to us. It's the auditors do that.
Okay.
Or Hannah, our floater, has taken the classes and is knowledgeable on passports.
Yeah,
But
see, another reason why we have these podcasts, because even employees sometimes aren't sure what department does what. So
Right.
we like to learn from these things and know that. But so marriage
agree.
certificates, you guys are balancing the books, you're doing things like that, and it's probably 20 people in the office. I know you already mentioned 3. Do you
Yes,
have a
just-
staff of 20?
Did I say 20?
No, I said 20. I'm trying to
No.
get you to say we have a staff
three.
of 3
We have.
for doing all of those things
Yeah.
that you do.
Yep, we work. We're pretty busy, but that's good.
And you guys are located down at the first floor of the building.
Yep, your first stop on the first floor.
First stop on the first floor, right past the license office.
And they're sending a lot down from the license office with these real ID. People have to prove they need their birth certificate, a tax statement with
Yeah.
your address, your physical address, with your name on there is a proof. So they'll come down and we'll help them out by printing out a tax statement.
So you're getting a lot of
Free of
traffic
charge.
right now, right? I suppose
Yeah.
because
Due
I know
date.
Stacy was in a little earlier telling us get in and get your real ID figured out if you need that, right? Stacy from the license office was
Okay.
telling us about that, and
Was
now
she?
she's down and now sending them to you guys for any information that they might need.
We're busier now because first half real estate taxes are due May 15th. And
So you have
don't
busy
be late.
time of years when the taxes, to the listeners out there. She's pointing at you saying, don't be late. She wants to get to the penny. Anything else that you want to tell us about with the treasurer? I know that it's one of those positions that is very, very vital to our area. The department is very vital to what's going on, for our government and for the residents. And it's kind of that quiet department that you don't realize is there sometimes. And I want to make sure that people know the importance of what you guys do down to the penny is, we're making a joke about it, but that is very serious stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to do, right?
No, it isn't always easy to do. We do celebrate every day when we're, you'll hear the treasurers, woo, over in the corner when we can balance right away. But yeah, and I work, and I'm just so thankful. Everybody on first floor, I don't know second and third as well, but keeps me coming back to my job. They're great to work with.
Yeah, the
Darla
staff
and I
and the
are just
people.
a well-oiled machine. We work really good together, and I'm thankful that she's my coworker that sits right
awesome.
by me. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're thankful to have you here. I know that good employees, we want to make sure that they're happy and staying, and it's great to hear that you're excited with it as a newer employee,
Yeah.
I guess you would call it that,
Yeah.
and a new person to our community, which is really, really good and great to hear how well that's gone, because that's really what our community is trying to do. What a beautiful area to live in if you enjoy the outside and all of those things, and
I agree.
still has all the amenities that you'd get from the cities, and has enough amenities that you don't get from the cities to make it even more attractive. So Katie, thank you for coming in. Appreciate your time. If there's anything you guys want to talk about in the future, please pop up and
Okay.
we'll have another conversation.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, that was
Thank you for
Katie
having me.
Hunter, Deputy Treasurer, and you're listening to Coffee with the County.